France just beat Morocco 2-0 in the quarterfinal. One man was at the center of both goals. He scored on the hour mark, then set up the second 6 minutes later. He'd missed a penalty in the first half. It didn't matter. France's XG in that first half was the highest ever recorded by a team that failed to score before the break in this tournament, and he still delivered after it. This is Kylian Mbappé, and right now, no defender in this World Cup wants to see his name on the team sheet. Mbappé is 27. He has 20 World Cup goals. Only one man in history has more, Messi, with 21. This is Mbappe's third World Cup. He debuted at 19 in Russia and scored in the final. In Qatar, he scored a hat-trick in the final itself, the first man to do that since Jeff Hurst in 1966, and still lost on penalties. Now in North America, he's one goal from the greatest scoring record the tournament has ever produced. 2 against Senegal, 2 against Iraq, a brace against Sweden, 1 against Paraguay, 1 against Morocco. Every round another entry in the record book, and he's done it while also becoming France's all-time leading scorer for club and country combined. Most elite forwards need service, a cutback, a cross, a through ball threaded at the right angle. Mbappé needs 1 yard of space and half a second. He creates the chance himself, in transition, before a defense resets its shape. That's the part scouting reports can't solve. You can set a trap for a system. You can't set a trap for raw speed carrying the ball forward, because by the time your defensive line reorganizes, he's already past it. 12 goals in World Cup knockout matches. More than Brazil's Ronaldo, more than Leonidas, more than anyone in tournament history. Group stage goals pad a highlight reel, knockout goals decide who flies home and who keeps playing. Mbappé has scored the winning goal in 8 separate World Cup matches, the most of any player ever, ahead of legends who played in 3 or 4 tournaments each. He's also the first player since 1966 to record 3 or more knockout stage goals across 3 different World Cups. When the stakes rise, his numbers don't dip, they climb. Against Morocco, he missed a first-half penalty, the kind of moment that lingers in a player's head for the rest of the match. For Mbappé, it was a footnote. He scored from open play an hour in, then set up Dembélé 6 minutes later. 2 goal involvements in the same half he'd failed from 12 yards. Only 4 times in the last 60 years has a player scored, assisted and missed a penalty in the same World Cup match. 2 of those 4 have happened in the last 3 days of this tournament alone. Messi against Egypt and Mbappé against Morocco. Mbappé isn't doing this alone, and that's what makes him harder to stop. He and Ousmane Dembélé have combined for more goal involvement this tournament than Brazil's Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and Ronaldinho managed when they won the whole thing in 2002. And that was 3 players sharing the load, not 2. Defend Mbappé tightly, and Dembélé punishes the space he leaves behind. Focus on Dembélé, and Mbappé finishes the move himself. There's no version of a game plan built for both threats at once. Mbappé sits at 20 World Cup goals. Messi's all-time record is 21. 1 goal separates a great tournament from the greatest individual scoring record the sport has ever produced. France still has at least 2 matches left to play, a semi-final and potentially a final. If he ties or breaks that record before this World Cup ends, it happens with the entire football world watching it unfold live, not reading about it after the fact years later the way fans did. France have reached the semi-final for a 3rd consecutive World Cup, 2018, 2022, and now 2026. A feat only Germany and Brazil have managed before them in the tournament's history. Their manager, Didier Deschamps, has now won more World Cup knockout matches than any coach ever. Standing in the way next, the winner of Spain versus Belgium. Whoever it is now has to prepare for a player who scores more in knockout football than anyone who's ever played the game, doesn't rattle after a miss, and has a strike partner who finishes what he starts. 1 goal from history. A semi-final against one of Europe's best, and a player who has never looked more dangerous heading into it. If Mbappé breaks Messi's record in the next match France plays, you'll want to have seen this breakdown first. Hit subscribe and I'll have the reaction up within hours of it happening.